This is your warning that this video may contain spoilers and visuals from up to chapter 10 of the main quest in the story. Also, quite a bit of side quest footage.
So it's been a little bit of time now since we've last talked about this game on the channel, but I've more than doubled my playtime on Crimson Desert, and I think we need to talk about something. I get this question asked a lot by friends who don't have the game, or even coworkers at my job who don't have the game. Is it really worth $70?
Oh my God!
So, got a little bit of a different video for you today. Today we're going to be talking about, is Crimson Desert worth $70? Is it really worth it? So a few months have already gone by now of Crimson Desert being released, and I've still been seeing some pretty mixed reviews on it. So today we're just going to be talking about my experiences with playing the game, and if I personally feel like I got my money's worth of, paying the $70 for the game. I do want to start off by saying these are just my opinions. These are just my feelings on the game. At the end of the day, like, if $70 is too much or is in question in general, like all of us right now are dealing with the economy, so without getting political or anything like that, like, seriously, if a $70 game in general is like, I can't, be affording that, like, I don't know, don't be playing the game. Like, there's other things that are important in life and necessities that you need to take care of yourself, so don't feel like I'm like, you have to spend $70 on this game, man. You gotta do it. I'm here to answer, as someone who's put this much time into the game, do I feel like I got my money's worth, like I said. So these are just my opinions, these are just my thoughts, so let's talk about it. We'll start this off of kind of where I got the idea from for this video. Like I mentioned, I did have like friends and coworkers that were asking me, is it worth it? But also, like, when I continued to play the game, I would just have this feeling of like, yo, this is a $70 game. Like, this feels like a $70 game. Even to myself, I was like, well, what does that mean? Like, what do we really mean by that, and how do we explain that to others? I guess it was the times of just getting somewhere in the game and looking out at the world and realizing how far I've already traveled, and then being like, oh, I'm not even halfway through this continent yet. Or the combat, like, the more I play, the more I'm unlocking with the combat and experiencing with the combat. The more I explore, the more I find stuff. There's random doors that you have no idea are really there until you're just wandering around and you see this oddly shaped stone wall and you have to do something with it in order to get behind it. Or while you're exploring, you stumble across random puzzles that are in the world that, once again, you wouldn't have found if you didn't explore and experience the game. Now, obviously, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but throughout this video, I will be bringing up a handful of points of things that I've seen people talk about, different complaints, just points people have brought up throughout their experience of playing the game. And I would just kind of like to offer maybe a different perspective on some of these things. And hopefully it helps you guys kind of understand why I feel the way I do about my answer to the main question of this video. Something that's been on my mind is, like, I hear a lot of people complain about the whole, why do I have to sit and listen to an NPC just talk while I follow him on horseback? Like, that's lame. Maybe this is a hot take, guys. I didn't mind that. In the moment, I'm realizing I'm taking so much in. First off, number one, the fact of, oh my goodness, this world is massive. And even at that point, I still had no idea to the extent of which that really was. Like I said, 150 hours into the game, I start to get to the other side of what I thought the world was, and then I'm like, oh, I guess I gotta start playing the game now.
Yeah, did it. We did it, you guys. We're totally heroes.
That was such uber ponage.
I can't believe it's all over. What do we do now? What do you mean? Now we can finally play the game.
Anyway, back to following the NPCs on horseback thing. I didn't mind that because, number one, I'm learning how to traverse this world. Not necessarily literally on horseback. I mean, like, I'm learning these roads. I'm learning these paths. Because I don't know if these people that have been complaining about it even got to the point yet of where, are you delivering cargo? Are you riding around delivering to the different trading posts? Because I'll tell you, you're going to want to know the paths to make that a lot easier so you don't have to pause the game every 3 seconds just to remind yourself, okay, so I got to make a left here, then a right here, then a left here, then a right here. I didn't mind them slowing me down in the beginning of like, hey, get ready, because we're about to let you go here. You can go all throughout all this. We're just kind of showing you the basics. Also, they're telling you the story of the game. And what, would you rather just stand in one spot talking to an NPC? Like, what is it? Is it like, if they just let you run wild, right? If they just let you run wild and had no reins on it whatsoever, I would argue that this would probably be way less enjoyable. If you can do as much as already what I've been experiencing you can do in this game, if they actually threw all of that at you right away, I don't think anybody would really give this game a try. But what they do is they show you in segments, right? Or through the trailers they've dropped and things we've seen throughout trailers that these people still haven't even experienced in the game, that, you know, it does take some time to get to that point. I guess that's the rewarding feeling though I've had still. 170 plus hours into the game, and I'm still feeling like, yo, when I'm playing and I'm learning more about the game and the further I continue and progress, there's so much more I'm getting. It's a sci-fi game basically where I'm at this point. I'm not mad. I'm using mechs. Like, sure, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh man, Pearl Abyss did everything right. They're the most perfect. Crimson Desert's the best game ever doing. I'm not saying that. No. Because there's some flaws. There's plenty of flaws, right? This is not by any means a perfect game. But then I go back to this question of like, so how would they have done it? You know, because I'll tell you, when you get further in the game, there's still so much more you're unlocking in regards to the combat. So they're just showing you the basics in the very beginning, and it's going to take some time to learn them, because I can have my sword and my shield and then out of nowhere pull out a musket, and then after I'm done using my musket, just decide to RKO somebody, turn into Spider-Man, flip off of a tree, and then just belly flop. You can't just hit A to do things. Like, you need to have some complexity if there is complexities. Now, did it take me time in the beginning of the game to kind of take a little bit longer of learning some of these controls? Yeah. To me, when I first experienced that, I was just like, oh, there's a lot I'm gonna have to learn. There's layers to this. Like, and I think they were showing you in the beginning, but also really trying to not overwhelm you with that. So, I don't know. For me, that was something I also enjoyed, was just, even still being 150 plus hours into the game, I'm still unlocking. I don't even have the elements unlocked yet of my elemental abilities. And I'm excited to figure that out and to get to that point. Just like I mentioned in the first video, I have stayed as stubborn, by the way. I've still yet to look stuff up. So there's some puzzles that took me quite a bit of time, and I'm actually in a spot now where I'm like, yo, if I don't figure this out, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna freak out and go on YouTube here, but I'm really trying to refrain from doing that, because that was another thing that drives me crazy, is people are like,
Oh, these puzzles are just way too difficult, or these puzzles really are just patience testers.
yeah, it's a puzzle. I don't know, it's the point of the puzzle. You gotta use your brain. And if you don't want, just look it up. Why are we... I don't know. There's just been so many complaints that I've seen that I just ask myself, so what do you want? Personally, when I hear a lot of these complaints, I feel like they want a more streamlined, simple approach to a really complex, in-depth game. Crimson Desert's very much a game that the more you play, the more you get out of the experience, I think. And don't get me wrong, like, things can be fine-tuned and made better for your new players. I don't know, when I entertain the thought of, well, what if they just let you from the start have at it? I think that would have been worse than what we had, is what I'm saying. Once again, this is not a video of, oh, the Crimson Desert's the best game ever. No, like, for example, is the story kind of meh? 100%. It's I don't think it's trash. It's definitely not something to write home about, but I don't know, it's all right. I don't mind that though. Like, I don't mind the fact that that's not where all of their time went, because I can very easily see where you guys put the time and energy, and I feel like you did really well with it. It also cracks me up too how people are like, oh, well, everybody's just gassing it up because it's just this huge open world with nothing in it. Okay, that tells me you've literally not actually played the game. You've missed a lot of stuff that you didn't realize, because this is a very anti-yellow paint game in regards to, like, the puzzles, exploration. They don't just show you where stuff is. Very easily they could have bypassed that feeling of it being rewarding by just telling me where everything is. Like, but they didn't. Nope, that's up to you, and that's up to you to experience. So you might not find any of that stuff or see, a lot of that stuff, but you just don't know. That means you just don't know. It doesn't mean that it's bad. That's kind of why I want to make this video, is somebody who's if you don't want to put the 170 hours into Crimson Desert, don't worry, I got you, because I'm gonna do another 170 more. But anyway, like, from someone who's put this time into it, like, I've seen the good, I've seen some of the bad, but I've just experienced and put the time into the game to at least tell maybe some of you who might not want to do it, like I said, here's what it is. I've just seen too many, maybe it's my fault too, I've done it to myself, but I've just seen too many videos of, like, people talking mad shit about this game, and what you're saying is telling me you've barely played the game. Something else I do think that's worth mentioning, yeah, when you go to each kingdom, you're pretty much gonna have to do a lot of basic side quests that are kind of repeats. Hey, give me this, I need hide, I need 1 raw hide, or hey, I need a fine timber. It's all to increase your reputation with the town, or they give you bags, which could either be increasing your inventory, or they could have just all kinds of different items in them. This might just be the chronic MMORPG side of me talking. Dude, I'll just go through and pick up all the side quests, and I'll get a bunch of them done at the same time. I'll go talk to one of the blacksmiths, and then I'll go talk to someone at the provision shop, and then I'll go talk to, I don't know, I'll go find a couple bounties. I'll pick up a lot of bounty posters. Like, I'm just stacking these side quests, and I'll get them done as I'm progressing through the game and naturally exploring the world. Like, I'll get them done. I don't know. It's not really a big deal to me. It doesn't bother me, I guess, is kind of why I'm saying the MMORPG side of me, of like just side quests galore. It personally, that doesn't bother me, but I will acknowledge the fact that that does happen when you go to a kingdom every time. Take that for what it's worth. Also, to kind of go back to the story side of the game, I will also acknowledge the fact that, yeah, Cliff doesn't really have much to ever say. Now, I want to wait till we get to the end of the story, I guess. I want to see the whole thing through myself. I haven't seen spoilers yet for the ending, but I do want to get to that just to kind of see what my final thoughts are on the story. But so far, yeah, Cliff doesn't really say much. Now, I don't know. I mean, he did get, in the beginning of the game, we got our throat slit. Overall, though, yeah, Cliff I don't know, he's okay. He doesn't have much dialogue and doesn't have much of a main character vibe to him, I guess. Like, you are the main character, but it's nothing crazy. When you first start off the game, personally, when I was going through it, and as soon as they put me in Hernand, and I looked around, I was like, I'm not here for the story. Like, I want to know what happens in the story, but I really want to explore this world, especially considering how interactive that world is. This is a totally random interjection, but I think it's definitely worth mentioning. I was talking to my buddy who got Crimson Desert when I got it, when we both started playing the game the same day when it came out. It was about the fact that I realized, a day before I got to converse with him, I was running through, I don't know, I think I was running through Hernand. I was like, oh man, this is just like in the beginning of the game, because I haven't been over here, up this roadway in a while. And I realized, I was like, once I get to these fences, the wooden fences, I still gotta slow down a little bit, because I don't want to be running through the fences, breaking property, and then getting a wanted level. I don't know. I kind of like that, I guess, about the game, is that it's, you're running around, and if you run into the NPCs, you're gonna be knocking them over. If you keep doing that, you're gonna get in trouble. It's just, I don't know, that's slowing me down of like, hey, whoa, hey, slow down a little bit here, Chief. You could be dead sprinting out in the desert, flying around on your wyvern and all that. That's awesome, but like, you need to also be paying attention to what you're doing, because this world's alive. What I was telling him though is it made me realize, like, that slowing me down just makes me feel more immersed in the game. Like, now I'm on my horse and all right, we hit town, so slow it down just a little bit. We need to pay attention. And now I can kind of look around a little bit, but also just knowing it's because this world's so interactive that I need to be careful. It just didn't bother me. I also have so many teleporters that I can't remember what I was doing, but whatever I was doing, if I really wanted to get there that fast, I would have just teleported, because I have a teleporter there. I'm going into a town, chill out, slow down, look around. Like, there's probably different NPCs that got stuff there that you can buy from that are only in that area, so like, you might want to remember what that one sells. They're not all completely universal. There are ones that do sell the same things, but like, it's worth checking out. Once again, go look. How do you get this headset? go find the guy that sells it. That's all I'm saying. For example, that helmet, right? I wasn't even trying to look for stuff. I had a bounty that I was taking in to go bring back in Demonis. And then I just stumble upon this one. I was like, oh, let me go talk to you just because I have the tism of I need to at least try to talk to every single NPC that has the question mark over because it's gonna bug me if I don't know what they got. Let me go see what you have. And lo and behold, I was like, well, take all of my silver, please, and spank you. But at that point, I'm still 170 hours into the game, so it's like, yo, what else is out there that I haven't found? This game is 100% more focused on exploration. I would argue combat, though, too. I've been having a lot of fun with the combat, personally. I really have. It took me a minute in the beginning to learn those controls. Like I was saying earlier in the video, like, they're not really intuitive. When I just started to realize the layers and then like, okay, so that's the vibe. Like, I need to be switching it up. You know, maybe I'm hitting people with the sword and then I gotta dodge out of the way and then force palm somebody. I don't know. I like the ability to be creative with the combat. Is that overwhelming in the beginning? Sure, maybe, but I don't know. I saw that as there's going to be a lot that the combat mechanics have just in and of themselves, and that was exciting to me, especially if I'm paying $70 for this game. Like, that's kind of the whole point, I guess, I was really trying to get at with all this stuff. We'll see what the rest of this year holds. They've said that, you know, all the way up till September there's going to be free updates, and they've already dropped a lot, which, hold on, now my mind's going a million miles an hour. We have to talk about the fact that a lot of the things that people complained about in the beginning of the game have been changed really quickly from the devs, like, and they've been listening. Who I gave my money to, I feel like they still care about that fact of, like, as a customer or consumer, I feel like you care to make sure your product is at least to your standards of how you want it to be if we're paying the money for it. And as somebody who's gone through those changes, who started off with, I don't know why we don't have inventory, to, hey guys, we're going to give you 4 more different chests, basically, to store all kinds of different things in individually and never have to run into storage ever again. The quality of life updates that they've added really show a difference in terms of who cares about their games still. I feel like Pearl Abyss has listened to their player base for a lot of the things that they've gotten criticism for, and they fixed a lot of those things. So like I said, we'll see then when it comes to the DLCs they've said they're gonna drop. We'll see what happens with that. I'm curious as to how those are gonna go, and I'm really excited for if they can get this multiplayer out on this game. You know, the CEO confirmed that he would like to have multiplayer in it, and that I guess they're really just testing the game out to see what that would look like later on down the road for multiplayer, but that would be really sick. Another thing I have to constantly remind myself of is that I am on PC, and I keep forgetting like what this game's running like on consoles. So hopefully they've fixed a lot of the performance issues that consoles were having, and hopefully that experience is much better now. Once again, from my understanding, that they've at least made it so much better than what it originally was. So just once again, like these guys care about their game, their product, and I don't know. I guess this is kind of to wrap up the video then. Like, do I feel like my $70 was spent well? Personally, I do. I really do. I'm going to be playing this game for a while. There's a lot that there's to find out, explore, and experience, and I still feel like I've only scratched the surface. So for $70, I feel like it was worth it. I'll share this with you guys too, because I say this to the people that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that I've got friends and coworkers who ask me about it. I always tell them this: if it goes on sale, 1000% whatever price they say that sale price is, I think it's more than worth it. I really do. I'm kind of poisoned. Truthfully, I am kind of poisoned. Like, if someone's putting a $70 price tag on their game, my expectations have drastically increased of what does that look like in regards to what your game has to offer and the content it has to offer. Am I going to spend enough time to feel like my $70 was justified and worth it? Crimson Desert has officially poisoned me. The way I look at any game, at literally any game, is how much money was it? So for Crimson Desert, for example, $70, okay. So if I don't get 70 hours of gameplay out of it, meaning I kind of imagine it like I'm giving $1 for an hour of entertainment, right? So if I don't at least get 70 hours out of it, I don't know. The fact that I've more than doubled it already, and I have so much more I want to do and experience, and yeah, just play the game overall. I want to play more of the game. I've been having a blast. So I guess we'll kind of wrap this up here. Like I said, all in all, I wanted to just kind of make this quick little video of just some things that I was thinking of, and kind of, just like I said, things I've also been seeing other people say, and I just kind of want to throw my hat in the ring here a little bit and give some of my opinions, and also just here's my 2 cents of, do I feel like my money was respected, and do I feel like I got my money's worth? Yes, I 100% do. You're not going to convince me otherwise. I've been absolutely enjoying this. I'm sorry so many people seems like they can't just enjoy things, and we have to talk about things completely negatively. You know, let me only play 10 hours of the game, and let me just say that I've done everything, and this is the way the rest of the game goes, when it's definitely not. Yeah, I don't know. I just had to throw it out there. Like I said, as someone who's put some time into the game. Now, don't, hey. I hear you over there with the 300 and 400 plus hours. You chill. I'll get there. I will get there. I promise you I'll get there. Just work with me here. I also wanted to make this video too, because truthfully, I just love the game. I've been having a blast with it, and also a lot of you guys that are subscribed to the channel came from the Crimson Desert video, so I wanted to kind of give back something to you guys at least. Hopefully you guys especially enjoyed this. We'll probably be back with some more Crimson Desert stuff later on down the road. So let me know what you guys think. Did you get Crimson Desert? Do you feel like your money was well spent? Do you feel like it wasn't? Have you not gotten it yet? And has this made you feel some type of way? If it doesn't make you want to get it, that's fine. Like, that's what I'm here to do, is talk honestly about it. I'm a small channel. No one's paying me to say anything, dude. This is just how I feel about the game, and maybe that you've seen some stuff too and you're like, probably not. That's fine. Like, hopefully that helps you then, like, to not waste your money if you feel like you were gonna waste your money. So there's so many things we didn't talk about still. There's just so much this game has to offer. I mean, there's literally hundreds of things in the compendium for me to learn. I mean, there's farming, there's making dyes, there's crafting, there's decorating your house, obviously all the boss fights and the questing and mining and getting lumber and fishing and running trade routes, the entire cooking system in the game, making sure your camp's got the different provisions so you can have them do their different missions, all the different little mini games they've added into the game, all the different collectibles like the special mounts, the different kinds of pets, and the different kinds of clothes and attire. I mean, we still have all the different potions that you could be crafting, or all the different sockets that you could put on your gear for all the different theory crafting that's involved with that. One of the last missions I ended up doing was just helping rebuild a chocolate factory, just so I could then end up getting a backpack that makes me chocolate whenever I want. There's just so much. Yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. I appreciate you guys stopping by as always. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Like I said, for those of you who aren't new to the channel, welcome back, guys. Feel free to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. That's really all I got left for this video. So I guess with all that, J-Rock, take 'em out.
A little era, peace.